Imagine on one side, Roger, Whitebeard, Rayleigh, Big Mom, Kaido, and more icons who built the pirate world. On the other, Luffy, Zoro, Kid, Law, Shanks, Blackbeard, and other modern powerhouses. If these titans threw down, who would stand tall? Would the new generation prove their strength, or would the old legends crush them with sheer experience and power? Let's break it down across 5 escalating stages, adding fighters from both sides, until every top-tier pirate is in the fight. Let's kick things off with Luffy and Zoro versus Kaido and Big Mom. Sounds like a short fight, right? Sure, we've seen Luffy go head-to-head with Kaido, especially when pulling out Gear 5, but starting the fight at full power is a different story. If Luffy has to go all out from the first punch, he won't have time to adapt mid-battle like he usually does. On the other side, Zoro's become a beast, but taking on Big Mom solo is a different level. He's shown he can scar Kaido and cut through some of the toughest enemies, but enduring a drawn-out battle with Big Mom, that's pushing it. She's a tank with her homies backing her up. If Zoro falls first, Big Mom tags in to double-team Luffy, and that's game over. Gear 5 might start strong, but it burns through stamina fast. Facing 2 Yonko together ends with Luffy on the ground. So in this clash, the old guard, Kaido and Big Mom takes the win. Next up at number 2, Luffy, Zoro, Kid, and Law team up against Kaido and Big Mom. Now we're talking! Kid and Law bring serious firepower, and have already proved they can push Big Mom to her limit. In Wano, they literally sent her crashing into a volcano, but let's be real, that win had some lucky breaks. Law silenced her so she couldn't call her homies, and environmental hazards like lava did a lot of the work. Here, there's no volcano safety net. Still, Kid's magnetism and Law's insane spatial techniques mean Big Mom has her hands full. Zoro backing them up makes it even worse for her. He's stronger than her, his haki is monstrous, and he can slice through almost anything. If those 3 coordinate, they could even overwhelm her. That leaves Luffy with Kaido again, his kind of fight. With Gear 5 and Advanced Conqueror's haki ready from the jump, Luffy might actually wear Kaido down. It wouldn't be easy, but with the others keeping Big Mom busy, he has a shot. This time, the new generation looks like they could pull it off. The tide might finally be turning. At number 3, we're raising the stakes by adding Rayleigh and Scopper Gabin. These guys were core members of Roger's legendary crew, meaning they've seen it all. The old guard lineup is now Kaido, Big Mom, Rayleigh, and Gabin. On the other side, the new generation sticks with Luffy, Zoro, Kid, and Law. The balance shifts hard here. Rayleigh in his prime is a haki monster who could match the strongest one out there. Gabin is more of a mystery, but as Roger's right hand alongside Rayleigh, he's definitely no lightweight. Suddenly, the new generation is outnumbered. Luffy might take on Kaido again, with Kid and Law trying to hold Big Mom, leaving Zoro to face Rayleigh or Gabin. But that leaves one old gen powerhouse floating free. If Rayleigh or Gabin jumps in to help Kaido or Big Mom, it's a disaster. Luffy could try to stall 2 of them using Gear 5's crazy flexibility, but that's a tall order even for him. The old gen team is stacked with battle-hardened legends, all with monstrous endurance. Unless the new generation takes someone out fast, they're getting overwhelmed. Realistically, Stage 3 ends in another loss. At number 4, the new generation gets a serious upgrade with Blackbeard and Kuzan, formerly Aokiji, joining the squad. Let's say Kuzan is fully aligned with Blackbeard now, making the lineup Luffy, Zoro, Kid, Law, Blackbeard, and Kuzan. This is a stacked team. Blackbeard's Devil Fruit nullification is a game changer, especially against Big Mom, who relies heavily on her Soul Fruit. If Blackbeard gets his hands on her, she's stripped of her homies and reduced to raw strength and haki. Still dangerous, but far more manageable. Kuzan is a monster in his own right, having fought a Kainu for 10 days straight. His ice powers could stall or neutralize someone like Rayleigh or Gabin, letting others focus on Kaido and Big Mom. The new Jin can split into strategic matchups. Luffy handles Kaido again, Blackbeard and Kuzan team up on Big Mom, and Kid, Law, and Zoro can focus on Rayleigh and Gabin. Blackbeard's power suppression could let Kid and Law finish Big Mom quickly, then shift their numbers advantage. If Luffy can wear Kaido down with Gear 5 and Advanced Haki, the team can pile onto the remaining old gen fighters. It's still a brutal fight, but this time the new generation finally looks like the favorites. At number 5, the old gen cranks the danger up to the max by adding Whitebeard and Oden to their lineup. Suddenly, the battlefield shifts hard in favor of the veterans. Prime Whitebeard is a literal force of nature, often seen as Roger's equal, while Oden was the one man who pushed Kaido to his limit decades before Wano. Now the old guard is Kaido, Big Mom, Rayleigh, Gabin, Whitebeard, and Oden. The new gen still has Luffy, Zoro, Kid, Law, Blackbeard, and Kuzan. A balanced 6v6, but the pressure is real. Whitebeard's Quake fruit can tear the entire field apart with each strike, and Oden's swordsmanship is legendary. Matchups might go like this: Luffy against Whitebeard, the only one with the speed and haki to hang with him. Zoro facing Oden, a clash of samurai, but Oden's raw power likely overwhelms him. Blackbeard could still nullify Big Mom's Devil Fruit, but she's a tank even without it. Kid and Law might try to handle Rayleigh or Gabin, while Kuzan goes after Kaido. But if Whitebeard and Kaido endure, it's game over. Even if Big Mom falls, seeing those two titans still standing is a nightmare. At this stage, the old generation likely wins. At number 6, the new generation gets its biggest power boost yet, with Shanks and Ben Beckman joining the group. While Shanks is more like a bridge between generations, he's risen to Emperor status in recent years, so we'll slot him in with the younger wave. That gives the new gen side Luffy, Zoro, Kid, Law, Blackbeard, Kuzan, Shanks, and Ben Beckman. This is a terrifying squad. Shanks is basically haki personified. He's scared off admirals and war fleets just by showing up. Ben Beckman is said to be nearly as dangerous as his captain, making him a top-tier fighter. With these two, the matchups shift in the new generation's favor. Shanks could take Kaido, using his haki mastery to suppress Kaido's wild power. Ben could face Oden, which feels more balanced than throwing Zoro into that death trap alone. Luffy might still take on Whitebeard, but now Zoro, Blackbeard, or Kuzan can jump in if needed. Kid and Law can target Rayleigh or Gabin, or even assist with Big Mom. If Shanks beats Kaido, or at least holds him long enough, he can join the other fights. With coordinated teamwork, the new generation can finally overwhelm the old guard. This round likely ends in victory for the new wave. At number 7, the old generation brings out their final trump cards. Goldie, Roger, and Shiki join the battlefield. That's right, the Pirate King himself, armed with his massive cutlass and ready to drop divine departure on anyone in his path. Shiki might not quite be on Roger or Whitebeard's level, but he's a notorious legend with a massive fleet and a devil fruit that lets him levitate entire islands. Now the old generation side is Roger, Whitebeard, Kaido, Big Mom, Rayleigh, Gabin, Oden, and Shiki. The new generation lineup holds steady with Luffy, Zoro, Kid, Law, Blackbeard, Kuzan, Shanks, and Ben Beckman. It's a brutal 8-on-8, but the Pirate King changes everything. Roger is a haki powerhouse with overwhelming offensive strength. If he isn't contained quickly, he'll bulldoze through fighters one after another. Shanks is likely the best to face Roger, given their connection, but even he might struggle to keep up with Roger in his prime. If Roger starts winning, he'll shift to assist Whitebeard or Kaido, and from there, it's over. The new generation can put up a hell of a fight, but facing Roger, Whitebeard, Kaido, and Big Mom together, they'll likely fall in Stage 7. At number 8, the new generation brings in two more heavy hitters, Mihawk and Crocodile. This shifts the tide again, giving the younger side some much-needed edge. Mihawk is the undisputed strongest swordsman in the world, meaning he's a direct challenge to Rayleigh, Oden, Gabin, or any blade-wielding legend on the old generation side. Crocodile, while he looked underwhelming back in Alabasta, is a different beast post-time skip. His bounty soared nearly 2 billion, implying he's become far stronger and more dangerous. So now the lineup for the new generation is Luffy, Zoro, Kid, Law, Blackbeard, Kuzan, Shanks, Ben Beckman, Mihawk, and Crocodile. The matchups get interesting. Shanks and Luffy might tag team Roger, while Mihawk squares off against Rayleigh in a high-level sword clash. Ben could handle Oden, while Blackbeard nullifies Big Mom again. Kuzan could work on keeping Kaido frozen or slowed, and Crocodile might assist Kid and Law against Whitebeard or Shiki. Zoro could back up wherever he's needed the most. If Shanks and Luffy manage to hold off Roger or weaken him, and Mihawk wins his duel, the balance shifts. Taking out any top-tier old gen member lets the new generation overwhelm the rest. This round could end with a hard-fought win for the new wave. At number 9 or 10, the old generation pulls out their ultimate trump card, Rox D. Zebek, the legendary captain of the Rox Pirates. A man so dangerous, the world government tried to erase him from history. Roger and Garp had to team up just to take him down, and his strength is rumored to rival or even surpass the Pirate King. With Rox joining Roger, Whitebeard, Kaido, Big Mom, Rayleigh, Oden, Shiki, and Gabin, the older generation becomes a near unstoppable force. Even with the new gen's powerhouse squad, Luffy, Zoro, Kid, Law, Blackbeard, Kuzan, Shanks, Ben Beckman, Mihawk, and Crocodile, it's hard to see a clear path to victory. Do you send Shanks and Luffy to handle Rox? If so, who keeps Roger or Whitebeard in check? If any of those giants get a free hand, they'll steamroll through the younger pirates. Rox is said to be both a hockey monster and a strategic mastermind. Even if Blackbeard nullifies some devil fruits, that means nothing to beasts like Rocks, Roger, or Oden, who thrive on raw power. The moment any of those legends wins their fight and helps an ally, it's over. At the final stage, the old generation likely secures victory. So after all that chaos, it looks like the old generation still holds their crown when everyone's at their peak. I mean, when you've got Roger, Whitebeard, and Rocks running around together, it's just straight up unfair. But who knows, maybe if Luffy keeps leveling up, or if Shanks pulls out some secret hockey nuke, the new generation could flip the script one day. What do you guys think? Did we get it right, or is there a combo we missed that could actually let the new gen win? Let us know in the comments down below, and we'll see you guys in the next one.